This is April from Knit and Kitten Crafts coming to you once again for an update on my stitchy project progress, which you can see a little bit there. It is Saturday, July 2nd. I have not made any little clips for my progress for June, so it's all going to be done at once, and I've got a pile of stuff over here. I have progress, I have finishes, I have haul. It was also my birthday this month, so the haul is to be expected, I believe. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to go from the top of my pile here downwards. I know I have haul at the bottom, I have a finish, I have one finish, I have a few mini finishes, I have one new start, and I have updates. So let's go ahead and get started with my 2020 Linen Threads Mystery Sampler, which you can see here. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This is where it was the last time I showed it to you, and this is where I'm at now. I apologize for the creaking chair. So, it's big. I'm actually pleased with my progress, though there's another mistake in this little section down here. I'm not going to point it out, but if you can see it, good for you. This is being done 2/2 with DMC 336 on 28 count mushroom even weave from Hobby Lobby, if I remember correctly. So June's portion was this motif, this one, the center with my initials and the year, as well as these three initials here. So it took me, how many days did it take me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to get that complete. So I'm quite pleased with that. I first started off with this motif, which is good, but I counted off of this one here. And I didn't realize until I was almost about halfway through this side here that it's up 2 rows. So I had to take it out. I started from here and worked my way back up because this motif is up 2 rows. And I know something up here is messed up because that's where the next, where July's portion is up in here. So I have to figure out, I know my initials are all in the correct place. I just have to make sure that I put the motif here in the correct place. So there's going to be a lot of that going, okay, I know this one's off, I need to make sure that it's in the correct place and stuff for all the other pieces. But that is that. So I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest. So let me go ahead and put my Q-snips back on here. Put this away, and I will be right back. Alright, so I'm back. Didn't take very long. So my next piece is actually an ornament that I had started last month? May, I think. It is my, what I'm calling the penguin ornament. It is from a magazine, one of the British magazines, I don't remember which one, to be honest. I'll put it down, scroll down here at the bottom or somewhere, all the pertinent details. But got a little mini finish on it. I don't remember if I showed it to you guys last month or not. But I'm working on the back of it. So basically what I did was I took the pattern for the front, copied, scanned it, flipped it, printed it, so that way it's all been flipped, so that way it matches up. And instead of putting, and I'm just doing the same pattern again as this, and then instead of putting in the white in the face, I'm just doing it in this, it's 3799. It looks like it's black, but it's a very dark gray as the back of the body. So I only work on this maybe 2 nights a week when I join my husband in his room as he does stuff on his computer, gaming, listening to politics, whatever. So it's actually been quite fun. The sidebars here, I had to put holes in it. I had to drill some holes in it because I sit on a couch essentially in his room, and there's no way for me to actually prop this up without putting it into either a lap stand or a floor stand. And the only thing I had at that time was I couldn't use this without putting holes in it for the screws to hold it in place, so I did that because it was hurting my hand trying to hold this up while I'm stitching one-handed. I actually prefer to stitch two-handed. So there is that piece. It'll come out again. I work on it. There's no actually set timing on this. It's just usually 2 times a week, but even that's not a for sure thing because I only worked on it 1, 2, 3 days this month. So there's that piece, and that's going to go up here until I can put it away. Alright, I actually have a finish. Let's move that out of the way. This was a Whipco call for June. It is my Hardanger band sampler that I started in, it was a Mania start. Let me pull that up. That's the one I want. I started it 2019 for a Mania start. But this is what it is. I finished it this month. I think it only took me like 6 days, I want to say. How many days did it take me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. And my Whipco goal for this piece was 10 days. So I actually finished it. I was quite pleased with that. So my initials and my in the air are down there. You can't really see it, which is fine with me. So that is that. I actually have a whole other section of fabric. It was 28 count white even weave Lugana. So I actually have some fabric that I can add to my stash. And then it's going to go into my finishes box. That way I can finish it later. Okay, so there's that one. This next one is actually a restart. It's not a new start, it's a restart. It was also my Whipco call for June. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. It is the Spirit Dancer by Butternut Road. I had originally gotten it 2018, 2019 from a Facebook Marketplace purchase that I had bought with a bunch of patterns and stitching frames and stuff. But it was already started on a linen, a very loose weave linen, and I was not liking it, as well as the white that was used in that project had turned into ecru. It was no longer white, it was now considered more of an ecru in the DMC threads, which made it difficult. I had originally taken out all of the white that was originally stitched in the piece off of the lady, but I left the white in the bird alone. Wasn't liking it because it annoyed, the fabric itself annoyed me more than the discoloration of the threads, because there's no telling how old that piece was. So what I did was I went and got me from 123 Stitch some new fabric. It is 28 count Ariel by Picture This Plus, if I remember correctly. I'm doing it 2/2, and this is what I got. So basically, My pattern is also extremely old and to the point that it's almost falling apart. It's been folded and unfolded so many times that the crease lines is starting to lose the pattern details. So what I did was I transferred that pattern into PC Stitch and then printed it off. So the only reason why it looks like this is because that's the top center page. And because of it being so green, it is extremely confetti heavy. So what I was doing was I started at the top here and worked that symbol until I ran out of my thread, and then went to the next stitch along that top row, worked that symbol until I ran out of thread on my needle, and continued on row by row all the way down. So that's why you see some, you know, it's full coverage up here. Let me get there. My goal, my workbook goal was 10 days, which I did. But my little goal within that 10 days was I was wanting to get to her head, which is pretty much right where my finger is done here. It's a couple rows down from where I had stitched. So I pretty much got there, so I had met my goals. I'm quite pleased with that. That's 10 days worth of progress there. And I have a lot of fabric. I think I have like a fat half. I don't need this much. I actually only need about, make sure I don't lose my needle here, that much, and I'll have plenty of leftover space, 3 inches on all the way around. So I actually have that same amount that I can use for another piece. So, because I couldn't just get the just that size that I needed, I had to go up a fabric size, because otherwise I wouldn't have had enough fabric otherwise. So there's that. And then I have a new start, which was for my birthday. So my new start was Just Nan's. I am so sorry for the glare. I'm not going to try and do that. I'll put a picture in here. It is Just Nan's Cloverleaf's Bunny Bungalow. I got this in April at a stitching store in Tulsa called The Silver Needle. I was over there for the weekend for a class being taught by Jeanette Douglas. And so I went, of course, I went shopping. I had never done a Just Nan before. I had seen a lot of the mice and owls and so forth that Just Nan does, and they're pretty enough. They're cute, but nothing actually really called to me until I saw this piece as a model stitch at the store at the counter. It's like, okay, I need that one. So I started it. I got all the fabrics in that it was called for while I was at the store, and I went ahead and started it on my birthday. And this got a little mini finish. This is the first part. I started with the smallest piece first. This is 32 count Country Vintage Mocha on the correct side of the fabric. I made sure. I'm done with the called for threads, which is all DMC. The beads were provided because there is some beads in there. And I'm not going to turn it into the little bunny mouse until after I get the whole thing stitched up. That way I can do it all at once. Because I know if I did this portion of it, I finished this one, even though the directions are actually very clear. I read through them when I got done with this. I got this done in like a day and a half. Probably only took me like 6 hours to do. But the directions seemed very clear, but I know if I did that, I'd lose it. I wanted to and not finish all the rest of it, so I want to do the rest of it and finish all at once. So that is my new start. I'm quite pleased with, you know, I'm happy with it. It's like, this is so freaking cute. It's so cute. So when I actually put it together, there is actually in between these black dots here, which are the eyes, and the nose here. There's some whiskers that will be put in, and then there's a little flower that's being held that it holds. So it's so cute. I'm so happy with that. All right, haul. I normally don't have a lot of haul, but it's my birthday, so I got 2 threads. One is Forest Glade for another Just Nan piece. I think it's it's a Halloween little cube. I think that's what it's for. I have to look at that. And then I got another card of Petite Treasure Braid in PB23, mainly because this will go to the Penguin Welcome. I need more of this. I need more of that. And then I got some fabric. Picture this plus dusk for the Halloween cube for Just Nan. Because I got a different piece of fabric while I was I also got that at the Silver Needle, but it was a 32 count, and the pattern calls for a 28 count because it comes with a band on it. The band is provided, and the 32 count would have shrunk it, and the band wouldn't have fit. So I got this. It's a very pretty fabric. I like this fabric. It's actually a bit on the stiffer side at the moment, but I know that when I start working on it, it'll loosen up. And then I got patterns. These two were from Facebook Marketplace. This is, what is this? It's Lavender and Lace, Angel of Freedom. Didn't have this one, so I went ahead and got it. Another lavender and lace in the arms of an angel. I got this one from 123 Stitch, Mirabilia's Cinderella. I'm collecting a lot of Mirabilias, the ones that I want. And right now I'm focusing on all the myths and fairy tales. I'm building up my collection on that one. And then this one was also a 123 Stitch. It is Andromeda, because I'm currently doing Athena. I've got Hera, so might as well go ahead and get Andromeda. She's pretty. And then I went over to 1884 Stitchery and got this pattern. It is, which one is this one? The Alhambra Garden. It's one of the mandala gardens from Chatelet. It's so pretty. I haven't kitted it up yet, mainly because I don't know where I'm going to start this, but I do like it. I like a lot of the Chatelets. But that is all I've got. I also have another piece that I worked on this month, but that's in a separate little clip because it's easier to film it on my phone and add it in than try to finagle it because it's like this big. It's my Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll add that in here. Good morning, everybody. This is April from Knit and Kitten Crafts with an update on my Heaven and Earth Designs Fireside Fairy Tales by Randall Spangler. So this is what it will look like when it's done. This is what it looked like the last time I showed it to you. And this is where I'm at now. So, last time I showed it to you, I was just starting this page, if I remember. It was a month ago. So I had just started this page. So I completed this page, and I have put 2 days. I started this page, and 2 days worth of this progress up here is for July. But this is where I'm at. It is being done 2/1 tent stitch on a 28 count even weave, and I'm putting in the grids myself as I go. I am doing it in a diagonal block by block stitch pattern, and I'm also doing my pages in that same manner so that way I can actually see my progress, because I had actually started going row by row at the very top. So the first 4 pages I just did at the top. It's all the ceiling, and it's all very boring, and it was making me not want to work on it so much. So I changed up my stitching method and decided to go, since I was already working in the diagonal within the page block by block, I decided to go ahead and do that same method page by page. And it is actually coming along quite nicely. So this is my last month's page finish, which is rolled up a bit. So there is the mantle with the portrait, and then I'm working on the upper level of the library. You can just barely see that it's the hallway with some more books in there. So I'm quite pleased with my progress on that. So let's get back to the main video, and I'll show you what else I've got. So that is actually all I've got for my June update. I will upload it. I will edit this video, upload it to YouTube today, and then continue stitching. I do know what my my plans for July. Jessie Marie, sorry, I was looking at my other screen here with my stuff. Jessie Marie has already called the WIPGO numbers for July, and that was number 11 and number 18. Number 11 is my tribal penguin, which is this is what it'll look like when it's done, as well as Gracious Arab by Dimensions. I will give you an update as to where I was and where I got to at the end of July. So I think that's it for right now. I'll if I have anything else, I'll come back and add it later. But I think that's it. Until then, guys. So I see you guys again next time. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting on my videos. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you next month. As always, guys, enjoy your crafting.